Hey everybody, I wanted to make a video because I just had the best thrift store vinyl find of my life. I went to downtown Ventura, where I sometimes go on my lunch breaks at work or whatever, and I walk around and there's a whole bunch of thrift stores. I walked into this one thrift store that I usually walk into, and it was amazing. There were so many records that they had. They must have just got them in there that were in such good condition, and they were all for 95 cents, and I couldn't believe it. So I picked up, I think I have about, let's see, it's 3, 6, 9, I have about 12 here. And yeah, so for $12, I got this stack of records. So here we go. First one I picked up, this is an album that I've always seen, and I've never really gotten into. Same with the artist. I got Cat Stevens, T for the Tillerman, and there's the back. And some of these records could use a cleaning, but for the most part, they're in really, really nice condition there. So I look forward to listening to this. My dad's a really big fan of Cat Stevens, and he's always told me I need to listen to T for the Tillerman, so I was happy to pick this up. Then I got Cat Stevens' Greatest Hits. And there's the back. Because I figured if I got one of his albums, I might as well get one of his greatest hits as well. Again, these could use a cleaning, but they look to be in really good shape. And as I was going through all these records, part of me was going like, okay, don't get too greedy, don't take, because I really literally could have probably bought about 25 to 30 records if I was just going off of yes, might as well pick it up, buy it. But I was like, I'm only gonna get the stuff I really, really want, I know I'm gonna listen to. They had a Santana album that looked in good condition with a poster, but I've heard the album, and I'm not really all into Santana. They had a couple other albums too that I was like, I could buy this and then resell it, but it's I'm not into reselling, that's not my thing. I've done it a couple times just with records I've had over the years, and I've found something that's replaced it, a better version of it, then I've sold on eBay or whatever, but I generally don't try to resell all that much. Also, I figure it's a thrift store, and I don't want to rip off a thrift store. I want to buy something and enjoy it. And maybe someone will come along that really would love that record. Someone who's a huge Santana fan is going to buy that and probably really enjoy it. So, there's my spiel. Carrying on now, I found this record. This is the Rascals. This is called Once Upon a Dream. And I've never heard this record, but it's a gatefold here. Looked interesting. I like some of the other Rascals stuff, like Groovin', some of their other songs. Can't think of them right now. But anyway, Girl Like You is a great song, and I've Been Lonely Too Long. I like those songs, so I figured I'd pick this up and try it out. I don't know anything about it. It's on the Atlantic record label. Looks like that. So I'll have to check this one out and see if it's any good. But I've seen it in record stores before, but I've just never picked it up. So for 95 cents, this is my chance to listen to it and see if I like it. So that was the Rascals. Okay, then I picked this up. This is another record that I've seen a million times. And I have all the Mamas and Papas albums, but I don't have this greatest hits. This is Farewell to the First Golden Era, the Mamas and the Papas. It's a greatest hits. I like that cover where they're sitting in that abandoned, I guess it's a bus or a train or some kind of train car or something. And there's the back with liner notes written by Derek Taylor, who was the Beatles and Beach Boys press agent for a while. And this is on Dunhill Records. So it'd be nice to have this in the collection, have a greatest hits collection, because I don't have a greatest hits of Mamas Papas. Sometimes you just want to hear a greatest hits. I'm cleaning or something, I just want to hear 12 of the best Mamas and Papas songs, as opposed to putting on the albums. And although they have pretty good albums, all their albums are pretty solid, and so I don't tend to skip a lot of their tunes. So that was Mamas and Papas, greatest hits, 95 cents. Okay, this is the record of all of them that's in the worst shape, but I want to pick it up because I used to have this record, but I loaned it to somebody when I was in high school, and I never got it back, and it's no big deal, but This is the Best of Cream. It's got masking tape on the top and on the bottom. And there's the back. And this actually brings back a lot of memories for me because this is one of the first records I ever bought. I think I got it like really cheap when I bought it originally. And I always liked Cream. I liked Sunshine of Your Love and Badge, the George Harrison song that Eric Clapton and him wrote together. So here it is on Atco Records. There's side 2. A lot of these songs are 2 songs that when I was in high school, I played in a lot of, well, not a lot, a couple bands that we played a bunch of these songs, like Crossroads, Sunshine of Your Love, White Room, Strange Brew. We play those tunes because they're just kind of straight ahead. Some of them are straight ahead blues songs. And yeah, anyway, I was happy to get this back into the collection, the Best of Cream. This was really exciting. This is Simon & Garfunkel, Parsley, Sage, Rosemary, and Thyme. And this is an original stereo pressing of this album. It's on the Columbia Red 360 label. And actually, I have this in my collection, but the one I have is really, really beat up. So this is going to be a huge upgrade from that. And this has one of my favorite Simon & Garfunkel songs on it, the song Cloudy. I like that song a whole lot. It's a real kind of a moody piece. It's so 1960s to me. So that's Simon & Garfunkel. Then I got Simon & Garfunkel's Greatest Hits. Again, I have all of their albums and I have all these songs, but it's sometimes nice just to have a Greatest Hits compilation for when you want to just put it on real quick and, you know, just kind of sit back and relax. Although I always sit back and relax with most of my records anyway, so. It's on the, again, Columbia label, but it's on the Columbia, the red and like the orange lettering label. And I was just amazed at the condition all these were in. Obviously someone must have, my theory is, someone must have had a huge record collection and they just dropped it off at the thrift store and they just put it out there. It must have been this morning or whenever, and it's someone who took care of the record collection. Because most of the time you go through the thrift store record bins, you're dealing with a lot of really, really just music that you always see a million of, like Andy Williams, Barbra Streisand. You guys know what I'm talking about. Just so much of it. And half the time you're dealing with stuff that's in really, really, really bad condition. It's been stored in bad spots. It's all warped. It's dirty or whatever. But these were all really, really clean and just, I really couldn't believe they were there. But I got lucky, you know. Sometimes you get lucky. Then this is another record that I have in my collection, but this is an upgrade. This is Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, Four-Way Street, which is a live record, and it's a gatefold. I love the gatefolds. It's a really cool picture of the 4 of them. And this is complete. It comes with the little insert that it originally came with, and it's on Atlantic. Gotta say, this is not a record I listened to all that much. I've had it in my collection for a while, but having this upgrade is gonna be kind of nice because my other one was pretty noisy and not in the best shape. But like I was saying, it comes with the original insert here with all the lyrics to the tunes, so that's cool to have. And I will put it back in here in a safe as possible. And of course, it's got the other disc in here as too. In here as well. In here as too. I don't know. My brain's a little bit jumbled today, folks. I don't know why. Okay, then I found these 2 things that you never, ever, at least I never, ever find this band in a thrift store, ever. Beatles. Magic Mystery Tour. US, obviously, stereo, and this is an original. I think this is the first pressing, and it's in pretty good shape. The booklet, someone stapled the booklet in here, but it comes in. Let's see, the original inner sleeve. If I can get it out here without too much. So it comes in the original sleeve, and I know some of you are going to say, well, that's the Sgt. Pepper inner sleeve. It is, but what I learned from a fellow YouTuber, and I forget who exactly said this, but they said that Capitol had a bunch of these left over from when they printed Sgt. Pepper, so they used them for Magical Mystery Tour, for like the first pressings on Magical Mystery Tour. So it's pretty cool, and the record's in really good shape. I cleaned it up a little bit, but there you go. The Capitol rainbow label, and again, this is a stereo. Would have been amazing if it was a mono, but it's a stereo, and this was 95 cents. So I'll take it. And I already have this album stereo US, but now I have another one, and maybe I'll give it to somebody, or maybe I'll just keep it for myself and compare it to my other one. Maybe this will be an upgrade. I don't know yet. But to find this in a thrift store in this shape for 95 cents is insanity. I feel lucky. So yeah, very cool. And then another one that just kind of blew my mind. Sgt. Pepper US stereo. This is an original pressing again. This is in pretty good shape. The gatefold, of course. And there's the back. And again, this is stereo. And this also comes with the original inner sleeve here. And I listened to this one actually when I got home, and I cleaned it up as best I could. I might take it to my local record shop and get it cleaned up a little bit better. But there you go. Rainbow label, side 2, and it sounds really good for a Capitol Pepper stereo. Sounds great. And actually, oddly enough, I didn't have an original Capitol US, Capitol US, that's kind of redundant. I didn't have an original Capitol stereo Pepper, and so now I do, which is really cool. It doesn't come with the insert, that's the only thing it's missing, but gosh, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to complain about that, because again, this is 95 cents. 95 cents. It wasn't even $1. I would have paid I would have paid $20 for this. I really would have. In one of my local record shops, I would have paid $20 for this. So, yes, it's not even my birthday, but there you go. Oh, and this is on the bottom. This is cool too, although this is pretty common. I see this a lot, but this is in good shape. So this is Moody Blues, Days of Future Past in stereo, and I've always loved this record. Here's the back. It's on the the Duran label, which I always want to say Dream, because I wanted to say Dream, but it doesn't. But there's side 1. And there is side 2. So, yeah, I'm still it's still sinking in that I got all these records for $12. $12, all of these records, and it's all stuff I'm really gonna enjoy. So, yeah, I don't think I'll ever have a thrift store find like this ever again. And if I do, it's going to be amazing. But anyway, I was really, really happy to pick these up, and I wanted to share that with all of you. I'd be fascinated to know some of your best thrift store finds ever, because I've certainly just been on a good luck streak here. So we'd love to hear what you guys think about some of these records, and there you go. Thrift stores can be really cool. And there's the fellas. Bono, no, no, no.